All right, let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on wherever you are joining in across the world. I'm very excited to welcome you in our webinar on getting started with Employee Center. We will be doing a foundational overview of what is Employee Center and what is Employee Center Pro as part of this webinar. My name is Pooja Gupta. I'm a senior manager of outbound product within the Unified Employee Experience product suite in ServiceNow. And I'm joined by Smriti Gupta, who is also an outbound product manager within the same team. Now, as with all our webinars, we want to just bring up the safe harbor notice. We may make some forward-looking statements based on our roadmap and our best guess of where our product is heading. So please be mindful of the safe harbor notice as you're making decisions and consuming this information. Now, this webinar is part of Live on ServiceNow event series, and you can go through this QR code and see a lot of other webinars that we offer across different products, including Employee Center. We have office hours, we have 360 exchanges, we have academy sessions, all under the Live on ServiceNow umbrella. So it's a really nice resource to stay up to speed with Employee Center, as well as many other products that you probably own and are deploying with ServiceNow. Before we go deep into the content today, let me bring up some housekeeping items. So we will be taking Q&A at the end of the session today. But please feel free to keep your Q&A and keep your questions coming along and use the Q&A panel in your Zoom panel. So there is a Q&A button, click on that and you can submit questions via that. You can also see questions and answers that have been submitted by your peer attendees. The presentation that we are doing today will be recorded the recording as well as the slides for this and the Q&A would be shared as part of the event page on ServiceNow Community. It takes a few days, so please give us like about a week and then you can see all the content for this presentation updated on Community. Last but not the least, after the event, you will be prompted to fill out a short survey. We really value the feedback that you provide us, and we aim to change or redo and update our webinars and content based on your feedback. So please do submit your feedback. We appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about what we will cover today. We will start with a brief introduction to Employee Center. We will talk about what is the problem that we are trying to solve, how Employee Center solves for that. And we will also talk about basic licensing questions around what is Employee Center and what standard and what is Employee Center Pro or professional. Then we will dive deep into a live demo of the out-of-box experience for both Employee Center Standard and Employee Center Professional. This will be a little high-level demo. We won't dive deep into everything or each and every capability, but it will be good to give you a good sense of what you get out of box. Then we will dive deep into some implementation guidance. As you are getting started with Employee Center, it will be important to keep the guidance that we will provide today in mind as you plan through your deployment journey. And lastly, we will close with a set of resources that are available for you to support you as well as to enable you throughout the journey across deploying Employee Center. All right, so let's get started with introduction to Employee Center. Many of you on the call today are actually experiencing the problem that we have seen many organizations tell us and talk to us about. If you ask their employees where they have to go to get some of their needs addressed, they will talk about multiple different portals that they have to go through. Some of them will talk about different channels, different applications. And the truth is that that employee typically does not really know where they need to go and ends up going to more than 2 to 3 places before they can reach the right place which will serve their need. So essentially, organizations have ended up creating a swivel chair experience for their employees. And that leads to loss in productivity and frustration for their employees because they don't know where to go when they need some help. This is the core problem that Employee Center is designed to solve. In a sense, Employee Center is an actionable and digital front end for all employee needs. This includes services, information on who my peers are, um, content that would be sitting like policies, accessing their task, communications, name it, and it is the front end for all of that. Organizations who have deployed Employee Center have told us that they have been able to increase self-service by deploying Employee Center and providing a single place that employees need to go for all their needs, and a place that is designed to be actionable and is employee-centric. So it is helping increase self-service. And with all the communications and the experience that is really modern, it's driving employee engagement and improving their productivity because they can get to what they are looking for faster. And by serving their needs faster, they're able to give back to the organization and focus on their work a lot more. So what's so special about Employee Center? So this over here on this slide, if you try to summarize all the cool things that or key attributes that you may want to think about as you are trying to understand Employee Center. Starting from the bottom left, first and foremost, Employee Center is designed to be employee centric. We've taken a different approach when we shipped Employee Center as part of our product. We did not build a Lego piece portal. So it's not that, we are just given all the components and you have to think about what good looks like. It comes pre-configured with a unified experience across all departments. It comes pre-configured with a taxonomy that I will walk you through that provides unified access to catalog items, which is something that, an employee can request, or articles, which is helping them understand and self-serve. It is providing unified access to different kinds of content, communications, and so on. So it's really designed from the lens of the employee. Secondly, it's designed to be omni-channel. First and foremost, the whole design is responsive. So if you open it on a browser, or it's responsive to a browser view. So like if you're doing a mobile web. We also have a native mobile experience as well as integrations with platforms like Microsoft Teams, which is where many organizations have users spending most of their time on. It's personalized. That is one of the biggest aspect of employee centricity. It makes the content that is available for the employee front and center for that employee or user. It has ML-driven recommendations that makes what is popular and what is relevant for that user come and stay front end as they log in on the portal. And it also includes user-driven personalizations, like the ability to favorite things and be able to get to them faster depending on your own preferences. The second aspect of Employee Center is that it is designed to be easy to deploy and maintain. If you would see many of the portals that are in the industry today, and even what they were offered with ServiceNow before Employee Center was created, like I said, they came in Lego pieces. They were not pre-configured. They were not pre-designed. But Employee Center comes predefined. Like as I'll walk you through the demo, you will see it's a fully built out portal out of the box. And many organizations who have deployed Employee Center have actually just started with the out of box experience and incrementally improved on it depending on what their organization needs are. It's designed to be dynamic. A lot of the experiences that you would see today are actually automatically created. So you no longer have to create topic pages and maintain them, update them, because all of that is automatically done for you by Employee Center. There are content translations. There is popularity that is all calculated automatically, which makes it very easy to maintain the portal and make sure it stays relevant for the user. Employee Center is built on the Service Portal platform, which makes it super configurable. So everything that you have available or you may be currently using as part of your Service Portal deployments are actually applicable on Employee Center as well. There are 200 plus widgets that have been built on the Service Portal platform, which you can leverage on Employee Center as well. The third aspect of Employee Center is that when we are building any capability in Employee Center, we are building it with the lens of making sure it is extensible. So a lot of the capabilities that we will talk about essentially have built-in extensibility points, so you can actually expand it to another department, to another table, another widget, more pages. So you can create the experience of your choice and activate use cases that are more relevant for your organization without having to do a lot of customization. We've invested quite heavily in building pre-built integrations with platforms like SharePoint Online. There are many HCM providers, including like Workday, Concur, that we have kind of built pre-built integrations for. This helps you create a unified front end or an employee destination site that employees can just go to one place and use that for all their needs. And lastly, it is fully customizable, just like any of our other service portal portals. Okay. Right. So, in summary, it is designed for your organization to provide the best-in-class experience for your employees. The journey that we want you to take, or we want to help organizations take, is what is highlighted on this slide. Most organizations are on the left-hand side. They have siloed portals. It's the swivel chair experience that I was talking about in the beginning. They have different portals for different departments, maybe a separate intranet, a lot of applications that people have to go through to complete their tasks. Approvals is one of the best use cases of that. We want to help organizations move away from that siloed portal to potentially an enterprise portal first, which at least consolidates access to services through one single front end. And as organizations start getting comfortable with that, start realizing value through it, we've seen organizations very quickly move towards creating an employee destination site and bringing in communications department with them and creating a modern intranet, which becomes the front end for all the different things that an employee would need, and is actionable. It is modern and employee centric. Right. So let's talk about the packages. As I mentioned earlier, there are two packages for Employee Center, and we will be covering both of them, Employee Center Standard and Employee Center Pro. Now, Employee Center Standard is available for all of you. It is designed to be multi-department, so you do get a multi-department service delivery that you would need directly within Employee Center Standard. Now, Employee Center Pro is an extension to that. It's not a separate portal. So it's the same portal with just different packages. What Employee Center Pro provides is actually the ability to expand from just being a simple multi-department service delivery portal to being a modern and proactive employee experience platform. And the proactivity piece comes from the communications, which are targeted and actionable. So let's say you are having some new application being rolled out, or new change that is happening either at a leadership level, or you have some mandatory training. The actionable communications makes it very easy for the employee to know what they need to do and take action directly from that communications. We have capabilities like microsites, which makes the content more engaging and provides the front end or the modern engaging experience that you may want to provide for your services. We have enterprise search, which makes it again the employee destination side to be able to search for content that may be living not just within ServiceNow but also outside. So that's the enterprise search piece. Being able to launch all the applications directly from this portal without having to go through an SSO login once again is App Launcher. Being able to complete approvals that are sitting outside, like Workday and Concur, directly from the portal itself is Approvals Hub. And then being able to collect feedback on the experiences that we have created and how value they are is our feedback capability. Now, again, this is not the full list of comparison. I'm not going to go through the comparison, but this is a slide. We often get questions on, what is available to me. This is a good slide to refer if you have any questions around that. Like I said, these slides will be available to you. So this would be a good slide to go back and refer to see what is available to you. All right. Now, that was a very brief context of what is Employee Center, why it is good, what value it provides, and what is the journey that we have typically seen organizations take. Now, I'm going to step back from the slides and take you through the out-of-box experience for Employee Center. So give me a second while I just bring my screen up. All right. So you should now see on my screen an experience which says Technology Services, ServiceNow on top. What I'm showcasing right now is our out-of-box Employee Center standard experience. I'm just going to scroll through to just show you the whole experience. It comes with the search front and center. We have AI search enabled, and AI search is available for both EC and EC Pro, Employee Center and Employee Center Pro. I'll walk you through the search experience. But what we're going to focus on as I walk you through Employee Center Standard is the browse experience first. So one of the coolest things about Employee Center is its taxonomy. On this experience, I right now have only IT enabled. When I'll walk you through EC Pro, Employee Center Pro, I will show you the other taxonomies. But essentially, you will see under this main topic or primary topic, we have child topics. And you can kind of browse through each of these topics. Let's get into one of these. Let's get into software. When you get into one of the topic, it actually goes to a separate page. And this is what we called a topic page. Now, what is interesting over here is that you would see articles, requests, all of them populated directly over here. So this is like the one-stop shop for knowledge articles as well as catalogs associated with software. Now, the good thing about this is this need not be a direct match to the categories that you have within the catalog or knowledge base. As an owner of this topic, you can kind of curate all the different content that you want to put on this topic. Now, that content could come from a single category within the service catalog or multiple different categories. It can come from the catalog associated with just IT, or it could come from like multiple different departments. Essentially, if you think about this page is essentially, if let's say you're going, the metaphor that I like to use is, let's say you're going into a shopping mall, actually a grocery store, not really a shopping mall. In a grocery store, you are as a shopper, you're looking for something that you want to make for dinner tonight, and you're actually using the aisle names based on, like, let's say you want to make pasta and you're going to that pasta aisle and you want to get everything that you would want to like the raw materials, the cooking material, everything will be available in that aisle. It doesn't matter how the shopkeeper or the grocery store owner is actually creating or like sourcing the content that he wants to put in that aisle. What matters is that as a shopper, everything that I need associated with pasta is available in that aisle. So these taxonomy pages are designed to be in such way. That's why they are employee centric. As an employee, anything that I associated with software should be available over here. And the topic pages provide that flexibility. And what is happening in the back end, which I will not showcase right now, is as a topic owner, you are kind of tagging the content in the back end, and this page is automatically created. If the tagging in the back end changes, the content on this pages changes automatically. So you don't have to maintain topic pages because this is dynamically created. Now, on this topic page, you can see there are subtopics. So I can go drill down further and go on I want just email accounts related content. So you can do that. You can filter by different types. You can sort by popularity. And once you have AI search enabled, which I don't have on this instance, but you can also have AI search visible over here. When we will get to Employee Center Pro, you will see that. Now, the other thing is I showcased the topic pages highlighting catalog and knowledge. There is this concept of quick links that is available in Employee Center. So you could have quick links front and center on the homepage, but at the same time, you could also have quick links associated at a taxonomy level. So I believe I have quick links added at the hardware. Okay, I don't have it here, but I will showcase. But once you have quick links added at the topic level, you will automatically see quick links created or showcased on the right-hand side of the page. And the good thing is, this page is designed to be responsive. If you don't have quick links, the support resources will take the whole page, and it's again not creating any jarring experience in terms of design. Let's go further down and see what is visible on the homepage for Employee Center Standard. So I mentioned about quick links. Now these could be external links. This could be a catalog item. This could be a knowledge article. It could be a page like system status. So system status is a commonly used use case, especially for IT-oriented portals. You want to make it easily accessible for your users. You can put it as a quick link. You can even put it on the top in the mega menu over here. Popular topics. This is highlighting what topics peers across the organization are referencing. The popularity is calculated based on the content popularity. So if there are more number of views on a knowledge article, that is accounting for popularity. The more the catalog items are submitted, that is accounting for the popularity of that catalog item. And then the popularity is calculated at a topic level, and that is what is highlighting what is being showcased over here. As an admin, you can use instance options on this and then define how many of these popular topics you want to show, and then see you can change the experience on this page. Recommended for you widget. Now this, if you have any of the Pro licenses like the ITSM Pro or HRSD Pro, this widget highlights content. So this is not topic, this is literally content, articles or catalogs, and you can define as an admin, you can choose if you want both or you just want one of them. And you can highlight the content that people who are similar to you across the organization, and similarity is defined based on the profile. You can showcase content that they are referencing. So it's a product manager sitting in the US. You may, like all the product managers sitting in the US are kind of looking into this article. So this may be more relevant for you. So that's how it is calculated. Now, across this page, you are seeing this heart icons like over here. This is the favorite capability. So as a user, I can favorite things. I can favorite it in the moment when I'm looking recommended for you, or let's say when I'm on a topic page, let's say I'm on software, I can favorite something over here. And all of these are available to me under my favorites right on top. And they're also available to me as my favorites widget over here. So that is getting to the user-driven personalization aspect. Now, one of the newer capabilities that we shipped with Employee Center is this Get Support option on the mega menu. So just to clarify, this blue bar here, the second level of menu is called the mega menu. And we provide a lot of different advanced configurations to make it a blend of topic pages and service portal pages and create a hierarchy or information architecture for your organization as per your choice. Now, let me click on Get Support. Now, Get Support essentially is a modal window that pops up when you click on it. It's available across all pages because it is part of the mega menu, and it provides easy access to, let's say, commonly requested things like password reset. It could have text-based content like contact us details. For example, you want to provide some sort of call number or location-based information that you may want to provide. So it's a really easy way to showcase that, they showcase the quickest way to get support directly on the portal. Now, everything that I spoke about from a homepage perspective is available on Employee Center Pro as well, but you will see certain more extensions or more features and capabilities available as part of it. I'll get there in just a few minutes. Now, let me talk about this widget over here, which is my active items. What's cool about this widget is it's actually it's a very configurable widget, and you can bring in any kind of table that you want to highlight. So for example, you want to bring up system issues that you may want to showcase over here. You can add that and configure it and just showcase that. We have right now over here task, request, and surveys that we have showcased in this, but you can have essentially anything. The task is one of the cool ones, and I will it actually opens into a separate page, and I will showcase that when I'll just get into Employee Center Pro. It's the same thing for Employee Center Standard as well. All right, the other thing that I want to highlight for Employee Center Standard is this profile page. We will again walk through this when we get into Employee Center Pro. All right, so I'll now jump in the interest of time to showcase Employee Center Pro, but there are many other things that I want to call out for Employee Center Standard as well, and you will see me call that out as I walk through Employee Center Pro. So before I hop in, here's the out-of-box experience, a fully built-out experience for Employee Center Standard. All right, let's jump to Employee Center Pro. Now, this is the same portal. Like if you will see the extension, this is also ESC. So it is /ESC. And you can see it's a lot more richer in terms of experience. It has a lot more communications, a lot more widgets that is available, and it is more engaging than just the simple Employee Center portal. So let's talk about some of the elements that we already saw. So this also comes with taxonomy. And I mentioned that the mega menu can be, we have a lot of configuration options to build the information architecture of choice. And on this instance, we are kind of showcasing an example of what you could possibly achieve. So if you would see Help Center over here, we have a 4-level information architecture. So one is on the top, which is visible. Then there is one over here, and that leads to another level over here. This is something that you can achieve on Employee Center Standard as well. So again, if you get into any of these topics over here, you essentially get into a landing page, which is the topic page that is available on both Employee Center and Employee Center Pro. You can see the experience over here that we have additional widgets that can be placed on the right-hand side. Now, one thing that I didn't mention when I was talking about the Employee Center Standard was that this template that we have created associated with topic pages is something that you can change. So the template that we ship is out of box and is applied to all the topics. But let's say you want to update that template. So you do have that option to say like all my hardware related topics under technology services should have one additional widget that says, that has a custom widget that we want to place. Let's say it is around my assets. So that is a possibility that you can do. So this is the Employee Center Pro experience. As you can see, there is search built out on the topic page. This is again AI search. I have AI search activated on this instance, so I'm showcasing it over here. But you essentially, once you have AI search activated on Employee Center Standard, you will see it over there as well. Once I search, let's say as a user, I don't find what I'm looking for on the topic page, I can expand my search and go into, let's say, the overarching search that we want. So this is the global search that we have on the portal. This is AI search. You can see that I can filter across all the search results and filter it based on topic pages that I may want to filter down the content for. You can also filter based on the content type. Now, when it comes to Employee Center versus Employee Center Pro, some of the things that you would see on this search experience is people search, which is being able to search for your peers, is actually available on Employee Center Pro only. Request and articles is available on both. News is a capability that is available with Employee Center Pro. It's part of the communications capability that is also searchable. And pages are microsites functionality, which I will just talk about. So you can even see some of the topics that have been created, and you can search for pages like that. So I mentioned microsites. Let's talk about what is a microsite. So microsite is essentially, with Employee Center Pro, you have the ability to make your topic pages a lot more engaging and build content that actually provides a very rich experience and engages your audience right away. So this is the software topic page that I was walking through, have been walking you through in this session. If you would see, we have the support resources at the bottom. We have quick links, we have related news and applications, but there is a section over here, which we call Rich Content Widget, and it has a lot more additional things that can be easily configured by a drag and drop experience, which we have separately built out for Employee Center Pro. And it can provide a lot of rich information. For example, we have a tabbed structure talking about news, talking about support services. And this is, again, bringing out some of the common requests that you may want to highlight in a very different way as part of the same topic page. So this is what we call a microsite. I see a lot of questions popping up, but I will be taking questions towards the end. So please keep them coming. All right. So I briefly walked you through the topic pages on Employee Center Pro, but let's spend a little bit more time on the homepage. So we have the search bar a little under the communications widget. We still have the quick links. We have the My Active Items, and you see like the actions associated with approve and reject directly on the homepage. This is again available for both Employee Center and Employee Center Pro. Now, with Employee Center Pro, we have communications, and employee news is one of the core ones in it. So you can see there is this whole section which talks about different kinds of news. I have company news over here. I have AI news, which is both Employee Center Pro capabilities. They have topic pages. more options to highlight the communications recommended for you. And then here is the app launcher capabilities. So I, as a user, can see all the different applications that that are available to me. I can favorite them. Once I favorite them, I can actually access it directly from here. And once I've visited a few, like I've just visited Conquer because I'm traveling, it will, and I need to revisit it, so it will be available in my recent applications. So as you can see, the homepage experience for Employee Center Pro is a lot more richer. Now, let me talk about before I get into communications, let me talk about some of the other things which I wanted to highlight that are also available for Employee Center Standard. I mentioned when I was on Employee Center Standard that there is employee profile. So let's look into what that is. Now, this is a functionality where we have made it possible to actually access peer information with ease and also personalize how your own information is visible to all the other employees in your organization. So here as a user, I can actually update my profile picture. I can choose the background that I want to pick. I can, add a bio. I can pick a nickname and so on. And what you're seeing over here is also available with Employee Center Standard. The difference is some of the tabs over here, like career, benefits and reward, are actually associated with all the other licenses that you have, especially on the HR side. Now, this is also designed to be such that you can add lot more widgets and information. For example, you may want to add employment details coming in from your HCM. This is the place where you would do so. With our Employee Center Pro, we also have the ability to showcase indirect or dotted line reportees, which will show up. This is direct reports. It will also show up as indirect reports highlighted over here. So a very rich profile experience. With Employee Center Pro, along with the profile, you also get the org chart. So I'm just going to very briefly showcase the org chart. Maybe I can search for able. So here you can see like the person, you can see the profile, there are actions, like you can send an email. If you have your Teams integration built out, you can even add send a Teams message over here directly. All right. So this kind of gives you a basic preview of the profile functionality and org chart. I did mention that the tasking is very well built out in Employee Center. So let's go through the tasking experience. So this is my task. As you can see, we have all the tasks that are associated with me show up over here. I can even see which of these are completed. And what good about this is that what you see over here is very, very configurable and can be different depending on different task type. So as an admin, you can actually choose what information is visible on the top end, what's visible in the middle, and what's included as attachments, requested items, and additional things additional details regarding the task that you would want to provide to the user. This helps them to actually take the action and have the right information available to them so they can approve or reject without having to actually go inside and see the backend view of the request. So all the organizations that have deployed Employee Center have really benefited from this. This again is available with Employee Center Standard. What's special about this with Employee Center Pro is that you can extend the same look and feel for external tasks. So, so along with this, you could have Conquer task visible. So I think if I impersonate as Maria Davis, she has Conquer task and Workday task visible directly over here. Let me just see if I have the right one. Okay, I don't have it right here, but essentially they can see the whole set of information that they would need directly, like, if it's a Concur approval, let's say it's a travel receipt that wants to be approved by a manager, you can see all the line item details directly over here and approve and reject or add comments and send it back without having to log in into Concur. All right, now let's talk about communications. So what you see on the top here is what we call content experiences widget. It is something that is available with Employee Center Pro, and it is the main thing that makes the whole experience a lot more proactive and engaging. So as you can see, you can actually have the communication. Each of these communications can be targeted at an individual audience level. So it's not just user criteria. You can in fact just build very granular audiences. You can even like say, I want just these 4 employees or these 5 employees to see this communication on their portal. You can even get to that level of granularity. This widget supports videos, it supports banners, it supports actionable content. So it's a really great way to get employees to pay attention to what you want them to look at. And with the whole action right there, it also helps them to proactively take this action. Now, this widget is placed out of box on the homepage, and it is also placed out of box on the topic pages. So if you do have content associated with it, it will show up over there. And if you don't have content, it's replaced by a banner that you would have set for the topic pages. All right, what else do I want to showcase? So I spoke about employee news. We actually have a whole immersive experience for news. It's called the News Center. And here you can see news articles that have been highlighted directly in front. And you can even see categories associated with it. You can have the user pick how they want the news to showcase. You can even, build out this page experience more by having videos widget highlighted over here. And the coolest thing about this is that each of these are actually not a knowledge article. It's a separate type of content that we call news article, which is available with communications. And it's a drag and drop experience to create this. So the images, the videos, and like whenever you're creating this, it's actually created by a drag and drop experience, which is a lot more flexible. We call that rich content editor. And that is the same editor that we use for building microsites or the rich content experience that I highlighted when I was showcasing the software topic page. All right. This kind of gives you a brief idea of communications. We have a lot more on it. We have the ability for an end user to be able to request for communications, and the communications team to be able to go and surface that request and position it on the portal. So there's a lot that's over here. Now, the other thing I want to highlight is Manager Hub. This is, again, a functionality that is available with Employee Center Pro. And give me a second. I think it's always the thing with live demos. My instance is not helping me right now. All right. So Manager Hub is essentially an immersive experience that is designed for the managers. So it brings in content that is relevant for them, actions that are relevant for them directly front and center. Okay, I will get back to this once this is ready. Meanwhile, let's go back to our slides and just do a quick brief overview of what all we discussed. Let me get back to this slide. So we spoke about our taxonomy and we spoke about how it brings together catalog and knowledge articles. We spoke about AI search. We spoke about how tasking is the tasking experience on Employee Center. We spoke about recommendations, and we also spoke about how there are favorites and employee profile. All of these functionality are available with Employee Center Standard. Then from a pro perspective, we spoke very, very briefly about communications. We spoke about microsites. I didn't mention much about enterprise search, but essentially on that same AI search experience, you can have content that is sitting on external systems like SharePoint visible. We spoke about App Launcher, Approvals Hub. I very, very briefly spoke about Manager Hub. One of the other things that I didn't talk about is feedback. So you can essentially have in-page widgets that capture employee feedback. Those widgets are configurable in terms of what type of question you want to be asked, whether you want a 3-point survey or a 2-point survey, all those great things. We will be sharing links on the chat that help you go deeper into each of these different capabilities. But in the interest of time, we are keeping it very high level. All right. So one of the main things that people ask about and should think about when they are deploying Employee Center is that it's from an employee perspective, the portal is just one of the things that they could access. There's a whole ecosystem of different ways they could access to get help. So we designed Employee Center to be omni-channel. And one of the things that we built is to build very deep integrations with Microsoft 365. A lot of the organizations that we work with are out investing very heavily in Microsoft 365. And we want to make employees who are spending time in Outlook or Teams to be easily able to access Employee Center. So Employee Center is actually fully embedded in both Teams, Outlook, and Office, so people can easily access it in the flow of their work. We also have actionable notifications going on Outlook, so they can actually take action directly as part of their email. Along with this, we also have a fully native mobile experience, which is tied together with the experience that is built on Employee Center. So the same homepage experience with quick links, communications, recommended for you is actually available on the mobile platform as well. The Now Mobile app is what provides access to that experience. So you would see many organizations who are deploying the portal experience are actually thinking about this whole ecosystem and then deciding how exactly they want to create the desired employee experience at their organization. So just wanted to bring up these two different things as you think about deploying Employee Center. Now, in the remaining few minutes, I want to talk about some implementation guidance. First thing is pitfalls that you may want to avoid. Employee Center comes pre-configured. There's a lot of content, lot of different experiences, use cases that are pre-built on Employee Center. We also have a very robust roadmap. We ship newer capabilities every quarter. So what we recommend you is to stick to out-of-box as much as you can. Avoid customizations that lead to technical debt and erodes value in future. And best way to do that is to actually stay tuned with our Employee Center roadmap. And we actually have a webinar around it, which we will share links to shortly. Then a second common pitfall that we have seen is underinvesting in building the unified taxonomy. So as you would have seen in the demo, in the very, very brief demo, the value of that whole browse experience is based on how well the mega menu is designed, how well your topic pages are designed. If you don't have content in the right places in the topic pages, the whole experience that you're trying to create with Employee Center will quickly fall short. So we recommend that you invest in building an employee-centric unified taxonomy at the onset to achieve fastest value from your deployment investment. And the good news is that we actually have an out-of-box taxonomy that is a great starting point. So you don't have to start from scratch for building that taxonomy. What we recommend is that you take that out-of-box taxonomy, you modify it based on your content needs, and then conduct a tree test with a few power users to ensure that your taxonomy is essentially employee centric, which essentially means that these users are able to find where they would need to go to serve their most commonly used use cases. For example, if you would look at your content, pick up what's the most viewed knowledge articles and see if the users are able to navigate themselves to that knowledge articles in the in the taxonomy structure that you have proposed. So that tree test is very valuable in making sure your taxonomy is employee centric. And then a third common pitfall that I've seen is that people are often trying for a big bang rollout. Instead, what I've seen most organizations get success with is to take a multi-stage deployment approach. So many organizations, in fact, even start with only one or two departments. And once they have achieved success with it, many other departments are automatically coming and saying, hey, we want to be as part of this journey as well. So it's not necessary that you start from the very end of the maturity curve. You can start small and slowly add additional departments. It could be adding additional use cases. So you start with just a few of the capabilities that are available and you slowly add additional capabilities. So that's the best approach. Now, let's talk about key decisions that we will want to talk about. So the first one is, as you start your employee-centered deployment, it's important to build alignment on the vision. Now, no matter where you start, it's a single department or a multi-department or an enterprise level, it's important to define an enterprise-wide vision for employee experience. It's essentially what you're trying to create from an employee perspective. And where we have seen successful implementations is that they start with a vision of actually unifying the experience at an enterprise level. And focusing on like the three value factors that I spoke about. So this essentially includes socializing it, working with different stakeholders. Even if they're not joining the employee center journey today, it's important to build alignment and share this vision. Directly from there starts the MVP approach. So like what is your MVP of your first release? Again, there is a crawl, walk, run approach that you may want to consider. What we have seen many organizations do is that they start, this is just an example of the crawl, walk, run approach. You can have it for like at different lenses. But from a use case lens, they start with one or two departments, they move to an enterprise services department, and then they move to an intranet. This is a very common path that we have seen many people take. To give you another example of call, walk, run is like they start with just AI search activated. That's their crawl. Their walk is they start building genius results. And their run is they are actually doing enterprise search. You could also think of it as their crawl is AI search with genius results. Their walk is enterprise search with SharePoint content and other content that is sitting outside of ServiceNow coming in. And their run is actually investment in AI or Gen AI capabilities, which is like Now Assist. So define what your crawl, walk, run approach is for for your first release. This is an important decision to be made. Third one is you would want to have a human-centered design. So make sure you are focusing on the right problems to solve and solving them in the right way. And this can only happen if you're engaging with your users right from the beginning till the very end. So like to understand what problem to solve, to define and co-create and then validate. So take a human-centered design approach. Then OCM is a big part of this as well. the OCM, or the organization change management, is not just at the end user level, it is also often at the content creator or department leads or catalog leads level. So it's important to think of organization change more holistically, and then bring in leadership alignment and engagement at the onset, have a communication plan that touches users across different channels, and then drive both inorganic and organic adoption, probably with some champions. So you may want to definitely invest in organization change management as part of your go lives. And this is a very, very important aspect. The other one that I want to highlight is governance. So we recommend that you actually have a single team or a central team that owns the portal. It has representation from different departments or stakeholder groups. And then you federate the content ownership. And there's a lot of different capabilities that ServiceNow Employee Center provides to actually federate ownership at communication content level, at topic pages level, and so on. So recommend this model. And then you should definitely invest in analytics to continuously improve and see where are the gaps and what you can do to further enhance the experience. All right. That was very, very quick overview of what decisions you should take. There's a lot of content that we have provided. There's a lot of support that we provide to help you through this journey. So first and foremost, that I would recommend you to go, like right after this meeting, if it's possible, to go and see Employee Center Community Product Hub. There are product demos, there are Figma files, there are trainings, there is implementation guide, FAQs, and more that you would find actually documented for you on Community. So highly recommend this. And then get plugged in with a different set of events. You can see office hours here, but you can see like roadmap webinars. The one that I would highly recommend you is our Employee Center Academy. All of the decisions that I spoke about actually has an academy session associated with it. So definitely recommend you to take advantage of it. All right, that was a very, very quick overview. I know we are up on time, but I will be here taking some questions for the next few more minutes if you want to stay on and get your questions answered. Other than that, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.